Hello guys, my name is Reikai, and welcome back. I know it's been a little bit, but there is something really important I want to talk about today. Something that I believe a lot of people should know about and should be aware of. So big tech companies are now planning to give you the option to sign up for a credit card and then gamble with that credit card debt. To me personally, this sounds like the worst possible idea that could ever happen to a society. And me personally, I don't know where the actual flying monkey tit the government is when this is happening, but we'll get into that in a minute. I just want to say what the actual frick is happening in society where big tech companies are getting away with giving you credit card debt, allowing you to spin on it in order to get out of it. This is like a soft form of the Hunger Games. Like, instead, they can't kill us, and they can't have us kill each other. So instead, they're like, you know what? Let's make a game out of it. Let's make people gamble on their crippling debt. That's correct. I'm not BSing you here. This is actually something that is being implemented into society here in the western side of the world, America and Canada. And I'll show you the video here in a minute. I looked it up myself, and it is legit. Yeah, this is happening. Welcome to Cyberpunk 2077, aka real life, where we are now the products being farmed out by big tech companies. But anyways, let's get into the actual video here. This is a CopyZilla video. He's always very intelligent, and I always appreciate his insight on certain very complicated tech issues. And boop. Sorry, didn't have it loaded up. So, big tech is betting on gambling and scams. He'll talk a lot about Facebook and how they make a bunch of money on scams too. We are literally living in a society where we are being scammed and farmed out. But anyways, let's get into the video, shall we?
Big tech is building a dystopia proudly and in the open in a way I've never seen before. It used to be tech companies would pretend like they were trying to do a good thing for the world.
Yeah, usually they were pretty subtle about it. They're like, hey, right? Now they aren't even trying to be subtle about it. They're just like straight up like, yeah, you want to put yourself in crippling debt? You want to gamble on that? Here you go. Bam! What are we doing here, guys?
Now they're just openly investing in hyper-gamblification products in order to squeeze every last dime out of you. Introducing, ladies and gentlemen, Covered, which was invested in by A16Z's Speedrun, and they say we disrupt personal finance through gamification, starting by letting people bet against their bills. Guys,
you heard that right. You can literally bet against your bills. This is not a joke, guys. This is actually happening. You can go to Google and look it up. They're planning to implement it in 2026. You can sign up for the card and then gamble on your bills.
you can now gamble on your credit card balance. If you're lucky enough and you win, you may get out of debt. If not, they're going to drive you further into it.
Welcome to Covered, where everyday finances become fun and rewarding. First, link your card through Plaid. Next, pick a transaction in game for a chance to win it back. It's a fun way to make money management feel more like a game and less.
It's a fun way to make money management more like a game. Money management should not be a game. It should be a chore. It's supposed to be something that you need to do. But now, just spin on it. Why not? Why not? Really? Oh look, Walmart is in on this too. Right there. Yeah, you in crippling debt? Hit the dummy button. Maybe you'll be the lucky one that actually gets out of their debt. This is ridiculous. How is this even okay? Where's the government, guys? I'm sorry, like I'm a little bit emotional about this because I think this is absolutely audacious that this is allowed to happen. Well, let's continue.
It's like a chore.
I cannot even start to explain how gross and disgusting this is. This user puts it best and was retweeted by the official covered account. A16C backed covered lets users to get up to 100% cash back on credit card purchases by offering fun and interactive games of chance.
Yeah, you get 100% cash back. You know what's not fun and interactive? Being in crippling debt. Anybody that's been in crippling debt would probably agree with me on this one. This is outrageous, in my opinion.
Downloaded the app, it's just gambling. And the worst part is you can't even use the old, oh, don't invest what you can't afford to lose, or whatever the gamble people say, because you're literally investing money you can't afford to lose, because by definition you're already in debt if you're using their app. If you're gambling money on bills that you otherwise couldn't pay normally, like it's like, hey, am I gonna pay rent this month, or am I gonna try to just kind of risk it all for a quick flip on covered? I mean, this product is straight out of a dystopian sci-fi novel where people are flipping a coin on their rent. I mean, we're
legit. Like, this is straight out of like a sci-fi fucking movie, video game kind of crap. And yet, here it is happening in real life. What are we doing here, guys? What are we doing? This is absolutely outrageous. More people need to talk about this. This is going to cause irreversible damage to society and to people, because people love to gamble. It's just the truth. People think that they're the special one who thinks they're going to win, but at the end of the day, a small percentage of the people are actually going to win, and then the rest are going to fall further into debt. Why make 10x on your investment when you could make 1,000x, right? This is exactly what these companies are doing. I'm going to try to calm down, but this is absolutely outrageous. Completely just on every level should be illegal. At this point, why don't we just make drugs legal at this point? Fuck, who cares, right? Let people do what they're going to do. Is this the world that we're trying to go into? Jesus. Anyway, sorry. Let's get back to the video.
We're one step away from that, and this just proudly invested in. But of course, it doesn't stop there. You also have Cheddar, the TikTok of sports wagering.
This is Cheddar. We're building the TikTok of sports wagering. Legal in 20 more states.
So now it's even in TikTok, which children view, by the way. So not only are they being predatory to adults and old people and people that cannot manage their finances, they want to target children with this as well. At what point do we draw a line and say, this is too much?
It's the DraftKings, accessible for 18 to 21-year-olds.
I don't know if you're noticing the pattern here. It's just innovating on gambling, making it better. How can we tap more into consumers? Oh, they're in debt? Well, let's just let them gamble on their debt. Let's just kind of push it one layer forward. I mean, eventually it's like, hey, gamble your kidney. Hey, you can't get out of debt? We'll let you finance it with an optional
and you can finance it. So if like you lose all the money on your credit card that you apply for in order to gamble your debt away, you can finance more debt in order to keep gambling with. Is anybody else getting kind of irritated by this? Like, how is this okay? How is this being normalized? Well, I'll tell you why. And we'll get back to the video here in 2 seconds. The reason why they do this is because it works. But because it works doesn't mean it's okay. I lived in Sylvan Lake. They outlawed gambling because it ruins people's lives. It is very destructive. It leads you to do far worse things. We're not going to talk about those things because it'll get me banned on YouTube. But if you're an adult, you probably understand what those things are going to be. This should not be allowed. Why is it okay that big tech companies are sitting here giving you crippling debt to gamble on? This is outrageous. I've said that 3 times. I'm going to stop saying it. I apologize. Let's get back.
Operation. Of course, we can't forget the Y Combinator app called Chad, which is an IDE that embraces the idea that they're just putting Steak and TikTok and Tinder inside of your code editor. You know, just in case you're being too productive, now you can gamble. I don't even understand, does big tech have any more good ideas? Is it just like, hey, how do we make gambling more addictive? How do we get into more people's wallets with gambling? I don't understand.
By allowing you to do it from your home. By making it so that you don't actually see the physical money that you're spending. See, when you go to a casino, you have to take cash out. And every time that you put $20 into the machine, you know you're losing $20. But if you can't physically see the money you're spending, you will spend more. This is scientific human behavior. When you physically hold cash in your hand, you are less likely to spend it. So, these big tech companies are trying to move us further into digital financing because it is way faster for you to spend money when you don't actually physically hold it in your hands. Because then you actually reduce the subconscious value of money in your hand. Whenever you order from Uber Eats, how much easier is it to spend $40 than if you were to actually go to the restaurant with cash? Think about it.
Understand when big tech stopped pretending to have, you know, some utopian view and we're like, that seems too hard. Let's just do the dystopia where we make a lot more money. Of course, it's not just A16Z either. I also wanted to point out this Reuters report showing that Meta, aka Facebook, 10% of their revenue, which is like a huge chunk of it, supposedly comes from ads for scams.
So Facebook makes 10% of their annual revenue by selling you scam ads. Guys, we are being farmed. We are being farmed out. And most of us who have been around the internet for a while probably will not fall for these scams, okay? We're not the target audience for these. The target audience for this are like your grandparents or young people or people who just don't understand technology very well. You see a good deal on Facebook, you're like, oh, sweet, I'm going to buy this thing. And then it never shows up at your door. And you try to contact Facebook for a refund, and there's no response. They make 10%, and the social media giant internet internally estimates they make 15 billion scam ads a day. $15 billion scam ads a day.
Like straight up, ads for scammed and banned goods. This is their internal report.
Even like someone at work, won't name them obviously for their personal protection and their privacy, but he'll play YouTube. So Google's not innocent here either. And he'll get ads for like illegal cigarettes. What's going on? What is happening in the world right now? Meanwhile, we're all just sitting here being like, it's not that big of a deal. Really. It's not a big deal until it is.
They were going to make $16 billion for running...
$16 billion from scams. That is a huge amount of money. $16 billion that has been stolen from people on Facebook. Think about that for a minute. Just Zuckerberg, what are you doing, my man?
Advertising for scams. Now I should note, these are from accounts which Meta's own system has flagged. This report is absolutely staggering and shows the extent to which Facebook's like, hey, fraud? Our platform. Make sure you're using our platform. I'm happy to say that in their own internal report.
And you know why Facebook does this? It's because they get a cut. Meta is hoping to reduce such ads in certain market by 50%. You should be reducing it by 100%. What do you mean 50%? Your goal should be to completely remove these. They're scams. What do you mean 50%? Give me a freaking break.
Reporting, Meta said that you are less likely to be able to advertise scams on Google, although that definitely happens. But they say it's easier to advertise scams on Meta platforms. Concluded an internal Meta review. So, like, their own people are like, yeah, it's super easy to scam with us. We got the scammers on our platform. And if you've been on Facebook, you know this to be true, of course. But I want to point out that
100%. Like, I can spot these scam ads from a mile away. But what's to say that the average person is able to do that? Not everybody spends a lot of time on the internet, right? Most average Walmart going Americans, most average Walmart going Canadians, or whatever country you're in, these are things that aren't really important, right? But these are the people that they are targeting with this stuff, right? They'll open up Facebook or whatever app and they'll see a good deal and they'll buy it, and then it never shows up because they don't spend a lot of time on the internet. The average person spends half the amount of time that we do.
the company says that they do ban advertisers, but only if its automated systems predict the marketers are at least 95% certain to be committing fraud, which is like really hard to be.
So 5% is okay.
But if the company's less certain but still believes the advertiser is likely a scammer, Meta charges higher ad rates as a penalty. So they're squeezing the scammers.
So they're allowing scammers on their platform because they get a cut. And once they find out that those scammers are scammers, they squeeze another cut. Guys, this is all just a money game. We're all pieces in this game. Unfortunately, we're not the bishops or the rooks. We're the pawns. We're the sacrificial pieces. We're the ones that get thrown into it, and we're the ones that get conned, and then the king and the queen behind us are the ones who profit. This is ridiculous.
For more money, for the privilege to be advertising their scams on Meta. So I just found this.
This is literally mafia tactics. Oh yeah, you can do these horrible things, but we want a cut. Yeah, if you're going to be doing these things on our turf, we want a percentage.
Report staggering and just further points to my whole hypothesis, which is like maybe big tech is out of ideas and they've given up the whole idea of like, hey, maybe we're going to be this utopian, we're going to push for a better tomorrow. Now, we're saying, hey, let's invest in the future.
I have a theory, and this is a conspiracy theory, but I believe that these billionaires and trillionaires and big tech companies are satisfied with the futuristic utopia that we built for them. Now they're trying to farm us out. You were hoping for universal income, but they're going to replace us all, and then they're going to force this stuff on us in order to filter us out. It's like a twisted version of natural selection. And it's absolutely disgusting.
And what is the future? The future is covered. The future is we're disrupting.
And the irony of the name, it's covered. Yeah, they're covered. We're not.
Personal finance, I love that. It's a great way to put it. You're disrupting personal finance, all right, by letting people bet against their bills. That's their tagline. Oh my gosh. What is our world coming to? These are the products we're pushing. This is what we're making happen. You know, things don't just happen for no reason. Like, people have to do things. There's a view of the world which is like some things are inevitable, and I get that some people view it that way. But there's also a view of the world that we collectively make things happen by investing in things, by putting our time and energy towards things. And the very fact that we are apparently putting money towards Covered, it's in a cohort with A16Z for development, is just like, it's just so sad. It's like, this is the future we're building. That's the crazy thing. This isn't just happening. We're building it. We're making sure that Cheddar, the TikTok of sports wagerings happen. We're making sure people are gambling on their bills. We're making sure that if you're going to scam, you're scamming on Meta's platform, right? So they can make a few billion more dollars. Actually, not a few.
Well, that's what they do. They build these platforms. They get as many eyes as humanly possible on these platforms. They gain your trust, and then they fuck you. That's it. That's exactly what's going on. We've all universally, agreeably signed up for this. And now they're slowly inching the fist into our buttholes, and they want to do this. That's it. Has anybody actually read the terms and conditions over the last 10 years to some of the things that we probably agreed upon? I haven't. I'd like to know if someone has. I know there was a situation where somebody got killed on a ride at Disney, and apparently in their terms of service, if you agree to it and subscribe to Disney Plus, apparently you sign away any legality for your safety at Disneyland. Yup. That's a video for another time, but look into it.
$16 billion more. So yeah, unfortunately, our future appears to be scams and gambling brought to you by your big tech overlords, but at least they're making money, right? At least they're making more money. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this. It's a very sad pattern, and it should stop, but it won't.
It won't, and it's going to get worse, and I'm going to tell you why it's going to get worse. Okay?
On today's video, I'm going to be cooking.
Oh, hi, Guga. I'll save you for when I eat. Anyways, so I'm going to explain why this is going to get worse. Is because people love to gamble. It's the truth. Unfortunately, people love the idea of winning without any actual work. So what these tech companies have done is they've hired psychiatrists and all these really intelligent people to understand the patterns of human behavior, and now they're capitalizing on it. They know that a lot of us are desperate. They've increased the prices. They've caused artificial inflation. They have made human beings desperate. So now they're opening the floodgate to gambling on debt. Because what's going to happen is there's going to be a few winners, but the rest aren't going to win. And what's going to happen is they're just going to keep getting you further and further and further and further into debt. They're going to keep asking you to spin that button. You'll be $65,000 in debt, and they'll give you more and more money to bet on. But in order to get out of that debt, you're going to have to bet more and more money. They are literally telling you to chase losses. This is... Anyway, I just wanted to make everybody aware of this. If anybody sees this video, talk about it. If you have a platform, thank you, CoffeeZilla. Your insight and videos on certain tech issues are always appreciated. Go subscribe and like his channel. And please, talk about this. We got to get our government out of the pockets of these billion-dollar corporations, because we are speed running Cyberpunk 2077. You think it's a video game, but I'm kind of noticing a pattern of behavior myself where we're kind of going into that level of a future. And I don't want to see us go to that. But anyways, my name is Reikai. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.